Have you ever looked at a map and realized just how close the Philippines is to Taiwan? This simple fact of geography is now at the center of a major international story. The United States and the Philippines are working together through a special agreement called the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA. This agreement allows the United States to use specific military bases in our country. These bases are not just random spots on a map. They have been chosen for very important reasons. People are talking about them because they could play a huge role in keeping the peace in our region, especially when it comes to the tensions between China and Taiwan. These sites represent a new chapter in the long-standing alliance between our two nations. The locations of these EDCA bases are the key to understanding their importance. Imagine drawing a line from the northern tip of the Philippines to the southern coast of Taiwan. The distance is surprisingly short. Some of the most critical EDCA sites are located in northern Luzon, very near this area. For example, Naval Base Camilo Osayas in Santa Ana, Cagayan, and the Lalo Airport, also in Cagayan, are positioned as strategic gateways to the north. These locations sit right beside the Luzon Strait, a body of water that separates our country from Taiwan. This strait is a vital sea lane, and whoever has a strong presence there can monitor everything that passes through it, making these bases incredibly valuable for regional security. Even closer to Taiwan are the islands of Batanes, our country's northernmost province. The United States has reportedly shown interest in developing a port in this area, which is only about 200 kilometers away from Taiwan. This is like the distance from Manila to Baguio. In fact, our own Philippine Navy has already established a new naval post on Mavulis Island, the farthest island in Batanes. Having these facilities so close to a potential flashpoint like the Taiwan Strait means that if trouble were to start, help and surveillance could be deployed in hours, not days. This proximity is a powerful message to any country thinking of creating instability in the region. The main idea behind placing these bases in the north is simple: to be able to respond quickly. If a conflict were to happen in or around Taiwan, these sites would serve as front-row seats. From these locations, the United States and Philippine forces can launch surveillance flights to see what is happening, provide logistical support to allies, and quickly move troops and equipment where they are needed most. It is like having a fire station right next to a place that is at high risk of a fire. The goal is not to start a fight, but to be so prepared and so close that it discourages anyone from starting one in the first place. This is the essence of deterrence. These EDCA sites are not just empty lots. They are being transformed into modern, capable military facilities. The United States is investing a significant amount of money to upgrade them. Think of it as a major renovation project, but for national security. As of 2023, there are now 9 official EDCA sites, and the United States has committed over $82 million for improvements, with much more funding planned for the near future. These are not small changes. We are talking about major construction work that will make these bases stronger and more useful for both the Philippines and the United States. This investment shows a serious commitment to the alliance and to maintaining stability. The upgrades are extensive and cover everything a modern military base needs to function effectively. Runways are being repaired and made longer so that bigger military aircraft can land and take off safely. New hangars are being built to protect these valuable planes from the elements. Fuel storage facilities are being expanded to ensure that aircraft and vehicles have a ready supply of fuel for any operation. Additionally, new command and control centers are being constructed, which will act as the nerve centers for coordinating activities. Warehouses for storing supplies and barracks for housing soldiers are also part of the plan, ensuring the bases are fully equipped for any situation. For instance, at Basa Air Base, which has received a large portion of the funding, major runway rehabilitation work has already been completed. At other northern sites like Lalo Airport, plans are in motion for a new fuel storage depot and a modern command center. On Balabac Island, a brand new 3,000-meter runway is under construction, long enough to accommodate almost any type of military aircraft. Each of these projects adds another layer of capability. It is like building a strong house, brick by brick. Every new hangar and every repaired runway makes the entire structure of our regional defense stronger and more resilient against potential threats. All of this construction work is designed to enable a rapid response. By pre-positioning equipment and supplies at these upgraded bases, the United States can move much faster if a crisis occurs. Instead of having to bring everything across the vast Pacific Ocean, essential gear will already be here, ready to go. This shortens the response time from weeks to mere days or even hours. This readiness complicates the plans of any potential aggressor, like China. If they know that a powerful and swift response is possible from nearby Philippine bases, they are more likely to think twice before taking any hostile action against Taiwan. One of the most interesting aspects of these EDCA bases is that their purpose is not just for fighting wars. They are designed for dual use, which means they serve both military and humanitarian needs. The Philippines is a country often visited by powerful typhoons and other natural disasters. The equipment and facilities at these bases can be used to provide quick relief to affected communities. We saw this in action in late 2024, when pre-positioned United States equipment and EDCA sites were used to help Filipinos during the aftermath of Super Typhoon Krathon and Tropical Storm Trami. This shows that the United States presence provides a direct and immediate benefit to our people in times of crisis. This dual-use function is very strategic. It keeps the bases active, maintained, and ready at all times. The personnel stationed there are constantly engaged, whether they are preparing for a military exercise or a disaster relief operation. This allows for a smooth and seamless transition from a humanitarian mission to a military one if the need arises. According to our own military, these sites are logistical hubs that can support a wide range of scenarios. This includes preparing for a potential refugee crisis if a conflict were to break out in Taiwan, which would directly affect the safety of the thousands of Filipinos living and working there. Furthermore, the EDCA sites are hubs for joint military exercises between the Philippines and the United States, like the annual Balikbayan exercises. These drills are like practice games that help our soldiers and their American counterparts learn to work together seamlessly. During these exercises, they practice complex scenarios, including how to defend a territory from an invasion. By using the actual EDCA bases for these drills, both militaries become intimately familiar with the terrain and the facilities. This constant training enhances what experts call interoperability, which is the ability of two different forces to operate as one effective team. This high level of coordination and readiness sends a clear signal. The joint exercises and the dual-use nature of the bases demonstrate a united front between the Philippines and the United States. It shows that any aggressive action in the region will not just face one country, but a partnership of allies who have trained extensively together. The ability to quickly mobilize a coordinated multinational force from these strategic locations in the Philippines makes any military gamble against Taiwan much riskier and more costly for China. This readiness is a powerful tool for preventing conflict before it even begins. Naturally, the strengthening of the United States-Philippine alliance has not gone unnoticed by China. Beijing has voiced strong opposition to the expansion of EDCA. Chinese officials have stated that they view the increased United States military presence in the Philippines as part of a strategy to encircle and contain China. They have warned that allowing more United States troops and equipment into the country could drag the Philippines into a regional conflict and harm our own national interests. This reaction, in a way, confirms the strategic importance of the bases. China's concern shows that these sites are indeed seen as a credible factor in the region's security equation. Despite these warnings from China, and even some opposition from local leaders who worry about being caught in the middle of a conflict, the Philippine government under President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has firmly supported the EDCA expansion. The government's position is that this agreement is crucial for our national security and for the modernization of the armed forces of the Philippines. Our leaders have emphasized that EDCA is not aimed at any specific country, but is designed to bolster our own defense capabilities and improve our ability to protect our territory, including our claims in the West Philippine Sea. It is about being a stronger and more resilient nation. The support for EDCA is rooted in a simple principle, ensuring our own safety and stability. For the Philippines, this is not just about Taiwan. It is also about having a reliable partner in the face of growing assertiveness in our own waters. The alliance with the United States provides a counterbalance and gives our country a stronger voice in regional affairs. By hosting these bases, the Philippines is not just helping to deter a potential conflict over Taiwan, it is also investing in its own long-term security. The agreement ensures that we have a friend to call upon, whether we are facing a super typhoon or a security threat. In conclusion, the EDCA bases in the Philippines are a critical piece of the puzzle for maintaining peace in the Indo-Pacific. Their strategic location, combined with ongoing upgrades and constant joint training, creates a credible deterrent against a potential invasion of Taiwan. While China views them with suspicion, the Philippines sees them as a vital tool for national security, disaster response, and military modernization. These bases stand as a quiet but powerful symbol of a strong alliance, ready to protect shared interests and uphold stability in our part of the world. They remind everyone that peace is best secured through preparation and partnership.